Okay. So the idea for this video came to me from the Q&A video. So I would recommend I would recommend people to watch Q&A video because uh, this is kind of the start of the thought that I will continue in this video. And I've been talking in Q&A session that when we start any new activity, um, and we want to make it a habit for us, we find it hard, and we find it difficult to adapt it. And the reason for that is because any activity, if you want or need to make it a continuous pursuit to achieve something substantial in it, you have to adapt your life to suit it. It's like each uh, achievement requires a certain lifestyle. And the reasons for why many of us, if not all, struggle with adapting or shifting ourselves to a certain task or achievements that we want to pursue uh, is exactly because it's not only the outcomes that matter, it's all that which leads to these outcomes. It's all that processes that make the outcomes happen. And many times when we choose a goal to pursue, we think about the outcome, and we are centered at the outcome. But it's not uh, it's it's not the only objective here, because the outcome cannot just arise randomly. You need to put a continuous effort and process. There should be a process uh, which would produce this outcome. But we oftentimes don't think about the exact process that requires this outcome. And we also don't think about all the nuances and specifics about this process. And while we could be satisfied with the outcome, we could desire the outcome, uh, we could be interested and attracted by the outcome. It's not necessarily that we would desire the process and be attracted by the process. Um, and while the outcome could be rewarding for us, it's not necessarily that the process also would be rewarding, because the process could be disastrous, but it is the process exactly that leads to a desired outcome. And if we don't consider the this process, and we don't consider that it's not a one-time process, it's a continuous process, a daily process, perhaps a monthly, perhaps yearly, then we underestimate the cost of the achievement. And also, not only become less efficient in uh, achieving it, we also um, become more confused in what exactly we want. Because when you realize that achievements beg for the uh, processes, they happen due to these certain processes, and these processes, if those are the great source of achievement, quality achievements, then this is a life time processes. These processes require and cost your time, and you understand that like achievements is about a certain lifestyle that would bring it to happen. Then you consider not the outcome you want to strive to, you consider the kind of life you want to have. Um, and you can already consider if you are all right with it. or not, if you would want this life for yourself, these processes for yourself, these processes for your life, or you would not be interested in the process at all. And um, of course, the optimal for you achievement is which not only would be satisfying to have as an outcome, but satisfying to have as a journey. Satisfying not in a sense of uh, mm, perhaps sensual pleasure, but satisfying in a sense that you find it meaningful and you're willing to have it. Right. So, for example, again, taking the example um, with gym, many people want the outcome. Who doesn't, right? You want to be in shape. But some people, the reason why many people don't get in shape is not only because they are lazy, it's also because they are not willing to have this process exactly. They don't understand that it should become a part of your life. It should become a lifestyle for you to be in shape and also for you to maintain your shape, to acquire it and to maintain it. So it's like a lifestyle for your life. And uh, to achieve a great result, you have to uh, not fall in love with what you don't have yet, like your ideal physique, but you have to fall in love with the process. You have to be desiring not only of the outcome, you have to be desiring the process, you have to be desiring the lifestyle it requires. And when especially when you become absolutely desirous of the process itself, your achievements skyrocket because now they become natural for you. It just becomes a natural outcome of the choices you make, right? If you if you desire to kind of challenge yourself physically and become stronger exactly by spending, let's say, perhaps you like to spend time with your friends doing these exercises that bring you joy, and so you desire to do this workout, and uh, y- you know, logically, you would have a higher mm, possibility of dedicating more time to it and more effort because you're desiring exactly of that. And a natural outcome would be a better um, results, a better physique. Uh, so, um, and the same would work for other activities, right? Let's say streaming again, right? Or you're making any kind of content. So if you would only want having a audience, let's say, which would listen to you, or you would only want like, let's say you would want popularity, or perhaps you want to monetize it, you want money, right? Financial side of it. So it would be hard for you to um, keep going when you wouldn't have it yet because you would be unwilling of the process because process never had been your actual goal. Your actual goal has been the one you struggle to achieve and didn't achieve yet, and so as you not achieving it, you become frustrating because you pay the price of your time, your effort, but you don't get rewarded uh, for uh, everything you do. And so you um, you perhaps stress more, and you're less satisfied with what you do. But if you like and enjoy exactly the process, let's say you enjoy just, well, I can take my own example. I like um, having discussions. I like to think. That's exactly what I like. I like to think and to tackle down with this logical chain and reason. So, and as I do it, this is helpful uh, not only for someone who would watch it, but also for me. And I find my interest in it. And this process is already what I desire. And so I'm more likely to do what I want, to keep going with it. Um, but if my goal would be only the outcome, only the achievement, and not the process, then it would be really frustrating for me not to have the exactly outcome I'm striving to, and I would be less willing to adapt everything that requires to actually have these outcomes. you know because there is important thing I learned uh, from Khabib. He been continuously actually saying in different uh, on different podcasts and different videos, he's been saying that to succeed and to master something, you have to sacrifice. I remember at some period of his life he's been saying that this is about discipline, everything about the discipline. But at the end he was saying that discipline is not enough. You have to sacrifice. And sacrifice is basically about giving up other things for the things you choose. And this is about your life, the way you make your life to be, what you choose in your life. And if the processes that uh, require this outcome, if you're not willing to choose this process, if you're not willing to have this process in your life, why do you strive to these achievements? You should consider these processes because they constitute uh, well, because if these processes produce the exactly outcome you want to, you have to consider the process because you should have them to acquire the outcome that you desire to achieve this thing that you want. You can't get in a good shape if you don't want to be going to a gym or just exercising, maybe at your home somewhere else. You can choose different methods that suit you more, but you can't not to work on your body and to be in good shape. That's not how it works. You have to understand that certain processes leads to certain result and know the cause and effect chain, and not just desiring and looking for the outcome. So you have to make it clear for yourself, okay, this cause leads to the effect I want. And now the question, I do want the effect, but do I want this cause? Do I want to make my life or a part of my life about this cause, about that process which leads to that outcome? Do Can I find it enjoyable? Can I make my life about it? Can I sacrifice for it? And the more you would be capable to sacrifice for it, the more you would be able to give your life for it, like to make your life about it. The more chances you would have actually that you would achieve a great um, results in it, a higher outcome, let's say. Um, eh, because you would be ready to go for all of that processes that require that outcomes. And so I think optimally, again, I want to highlight it that for people is to make their life about the things they could enjoy themselves and look forward to. It's like, let's say, having a um, 9 to 5 job and having it for specifically for the financial outcome. You want a salary, you want money, but having the kind of joy which the process of which does not satisfy you. And this is a great struggle because to receive that outcome, you should go through all of that processes. And that would mean that each time, if these processes are not desirable for you, uh, you you're don't will to do that, then each time you should force yourself to uh, for a sacrifice. And um, I'm not saying it's normal. Lots of times we, would do that. But if you're making it continuously, you just keeping on the alternative in which you could have the same desirable outcome, but through the process which would be also desirable for you, through the process which also would be enjoyable for you. So ultimately, I think it's helpful to look at the process and look for the kind of process that would also um, satisfy you, energize you, and which is even better, make you grow. And also would perhaps kind of speak to you authentically, answer to what is uh, specifically your advantage, what is specifically you can offer to people, um, answer your strengths. um, so the more we can adapt the processes, mm, like personalize them for ourselves, so we would not have to look only for the outcome and be rewarded only by the outcome, the uh, easier and more rewarding it would be for us, because reward is actually important. Some people say that um, it's not about motivation, it's about discipline, but you have to also um, receive some sort of satisfaction from the things you're doing, because uh, why would you have a life that looks like torture for you? At least you should find it deeply meaningful, so you would have all that big sacrifices. And the more sacrifices actually that are hard to make you want to do, the more important, valuable, and meaningful it should be for you. So, but if it's not even meaningful for you and it requires great sacrifices, it's hard to see how it could successfully work. um, and I think motivation, which is not shallow, but which is based on the same, stimulating processes that work in your body, same, dopamine system that uh, kind of uh, pushes you to some certain activities, can be implemented in your own life. You can increase the reward for the things you do. And one of ways to do it is make the process rewarding too. or choose the kind of achievements which would have not only a rewarding achievement outcome, but also a rewarding process. So you would want inside your heart, as all, you know, of your will, to actually do it, to put effort in it, because you would desire to do it, not only to have it done.